I don't remember that at all. I was still ahead of it though. Still makes me, it kind of makes me a bit more frustrated though. Getting runs like they're just tossing them out to you, free samples, free PB. Here I am with 204 attempts. Free PB. Do you have any spare PBs, please?
Do you have any spare SSDs, please? Only one PB.
Do you have any spare PC parts I can put in my PlayStation to speed it up?
That's actually something I have to get, and that's why I can't do any more vanilla runs until I get in solid state. Because I did the math after the marathon, and at this point there is no way for me to get any lower than potentially 430 without a solid state.
Yeah.
And mind you, I'm at 446 as my PB, which is great, and that's still growth room. But I don't want to try and PB and then realize I'm still handicapped without a better hard drive.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate pay-to-win aspect of the PlayStation 3. Thankfully for V2, PS4 SSD is not a major time save.
Yeah, so you can still use an HDD built into a PlayStation 4 and get nearly the same, get roughly the same time as if you were playing with the solid state on the PS4. That's the one thing I'm glad they did do with that hardware. But PS3 suffered because at the time solid states weren't even invented yet. They were still like being thought of, and so it was like when they came to an option, it's like they're better. It doesn't help. My PS3 has dead USB ports on the front, so it depends. Do I want to buy one and chug it in there, and then chuck it in there, and then just have to charge the controllers off of my PC? Or do I actually want to buy a newer PS3 model that has functional USB ports and actually just clone the data from my original hard drive and put it on the solid state and put the solid state in the new unit?
Yeah, it'd probably just be easier to get in a whole new console.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna grab a whole new console, clone my current hard drive from my actual PS3 that I have now, and then put the cloned info onto the solid state and transfer the solid state there. Just because I don't feel comfortable putting in my current one with the dead USB ports, and then just not having any use for it. And then that would let me kind of make one specifically set for say speedrunning, and the other I could use as more my personal PlayStation 3, which is what that one's kind of always been.
Yeah, because even casual stuff loads faster. Except Miku. Seems like Miku doesn't crap about SSD.
I've heard that. I've heard solid state Miku does not load any faster than HDD Miku. Which makes no sense. So you think as a solid state that it would go faster.
Yeah, and sometimes it even feels like edit songs are slower. Which makes even less sense.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I haven't really done too many other games than Nep and Miku since I got the SSD.
I I'm curious stuff like maybe Infamous or some of the more notable Sony titles run better on a solid state or not.
Maybe they might. Maybe even Tell's games too. Like I played Exilia 2 that 1 week ago or so, but
yeah, you. Did.
I don't remember how fast the old load times were because it's been so long.
Yeah, that's something. Like I think my goal is probably I'm gonna buy 2 solid states when I have the income. Put one in the PS4 and just clone the original HDD drive in there now, and then just clone over the solid state info, and then essentially make it so I have both the PS3 and the PS4 with the solid state in them. I just gotta find a unit for with the right amount of space for a good price.
Yeah, that'll be the hardest part. Maybe your local mom and pop shop if you have one. Sometimes pawn shops have good deals too.
Yeah, I'm checking on the pawn shops to see what I can find because I know a couple of them have sold some solid states. Every time I've gone into wow, that's just bad. That's just bad luck there.
I like my encounters spaced out. I hate 2 in a row.
Yeah, that's just not cool, man. Yeah, I found one local mom and pop shop out here, older pawn shop, and they're pretty respectable because their stuff's always tested. But the killer for me was it was a 250 gig, and they wanted something like $60 for it, used.
Probably would have, if it was like not the first model, but like the first slim model, I probably would have done that myself.
Well, no, that was just the drive itself. Like, that was just the drive.
Oh, no, never mind that.
Yeah, they wanted, for just the solid-state drive, they wanted 60. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I tried talking about down from it. I tried to say, can we drop it to 40? Because even at 40, it's a better price value than what it was there. And they were like, yeah, no, we won't drop it anywhere below 50. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. 50s, even 50's too much for what you're asking for.
Yeah, my PlayStation 3 has like a 30 gigabyte that I paid like $15 for.
And see, that would be fine, because really the only thing I need the other PS3 for, if it was specifically would be specifically for Neptune and DLC. I really wouldn't need it for much else. Because my other PlayStation, even though it's older, still has HDD, can run all the rest of my games perfectly fine. I don't need a solid state. I don't need to run my other games off of that one PlayStation unless I felt like it was a necessity. I found, I think it's on Amazon. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's on my wish list. I just gotta see if it's still even on there, because I know...
That was a pretty good dark purple fight, though.
It was, actually. I was watching it from here.
I was scared she's gonna have one more turn to nuke. It's like, okay. If Netgear hits, she missed. I was like, okay, dark purple's gonna get another turn, it's gonna be a nuke, I'm dead. Somehow, Uzume did like god level damage. Uzume MVP.
So I found a Western Digital 1 terabyte model, which I thought about shoving that in my PS4 because as a reviewer for PlayStation, as a reviewer who uses the PS4 for a lot more than just games, I'm constantly having to swap out, uninstall and reinstall games all the time. That, however, is like almost $68 for a 1 terabyte unit.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. My PS4. Oh god. My PS4. I downgraded because it's a Pro. It comes with a terabyte, but I wanted it to have the SSD. But I can only afford a 500 gigabyte, and it was like 50.
Okay, I see what you did there.
But my old PS4 had 500 gigabytes, and I didn't have it filled up, so I was like, I don't have to worry about this new one getting filled up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I have a lot of games, I just don't pop them in. I forgot to heal.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Same. I have a fairly decently large PS4 collection, so I'd like to have something I could use with my PS4 data, and actually have the games in there. So, oh, I'm gonna play Crash Bandicoot. And those games, Crash Bandicoot on PS4 is relatively large, because it installs all 3 games off the same disc.
Yeah, true that.
So it's like, it's relatively large, so you actually have to have a drive that's able to hold all 3, not just the first game of the trilogy. So yeah, I'm thinking about getting something like that for the PS4, but I'm thinking about maybe going way lower in terms of the size for the PlayStation 3 one, just because I don't need a terabyte in a PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't see a terabyte. I don't see me filling a terabyte up in a PlayStation 3. If I do, I think it'd be a freaking miracle.
Only way I can see that is if you are gonna mod it.
Yeah.
For emulation.
Mr. Creepin.
Probably creeping because he saw me not in Blonde's art by now.
He's creeping.
Oh no, he was here when I died. Okay, Shaw. Oh. What are you creeping for, DeBon?
Yeah, what you creeping for?
I'm gonna call it cursed if I make it to Keisha or Noirs again, and then see 1 healing pod again. I'm gonna call it cursed.
See, I can already call something cursed. It's called cough cough vanilla new game true and no DLC.
That's the ultimate curse.
It is the biggest curse of the entire in my entire existence, because it's not hard at all. It plays exactly as you think it does. It plays exactly like DLC. DLC run with just up DLC until you hit CPU killer / kill a sheep. The second you hit that segment of last station, I do not know what it is, but because you don't have the stats, the extra health stat boost and extra speed, you just either get decimated or you barely squeak by.
I accidentally took a double turn.
Uh-oh.
Don't do it.
No, Dargan. Don't do it.
Okay.
Ooh. That was scary.
My turn.
Stop, please! Very unfortunate amount of grasses I had to use there.
Yeah,
But we're past them. I saved time somehow.
Hey, you saved the time, so that's decent.
Yep. Whew. We're back here again. The second gatekeeper. But yeah, I assume that you're routing the no DLC with no grinding, or outside of Neptune's grinding to get the skill.
Like a bunny.
Or wait,
yeah.
the EXE.
Yeah. So the way I'm having to route this is I'm having to go back to my OG route, the one that I did, the one I did the first year of HDN that took 8 hours. I'm having to take a fair chunk of that routing, and then I'm having to look at pieces from the current route that we have for with DLC Kiryu to see if there's any type of changes in that route that functionally make more sense to plug in there, and then go back in and plug in my small bits that I find as I'm playing the game. And the biggest change I can note from the route we have now, in at least that connects to my route, a lot more use of protein, specifically for any of the TPU fights. So Noir, Blanc, and Merch fights all essentially now require you to use protein out the gate. There's no workaround for that unless you get really lucky with like Blanc 1 and maybe Noir 1 and 2.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can do Blanc 1 and Noir 1 and 2 without this protein. Anything after, though, it's almost protein required. You don't have a choice. Because they just do way too much damage on defense if you don't play the game right. The other big change is you have to buy more weapons than you did in the initial run, or you have to locate chests where a weapon might drop. An example being, in the current routing, we use a route where we use a situation where we buy we buy IF a Kotar weapon, and this I'm actually testing around to see if it's more effective to buy that or to pick it up from the dungeon that exists in the story mode, and see if it just saves time to grab it from the dungeon and save the money for protein tiers. Because IF weapons do drop in dungeons more frequently than Neptune or Compa. For some reason. I don't know what their idea was behind it, but that seems to be a very common thing I'm finding out.
Yeah, they probably just did it randomly and it just turned out that way. Just for seemingly no reason. I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't either. I absolutely wouldn't, and that's the reason why I'm thinking about routing in that you just go pick it up from the dungeon instead of buying it, because you're already burning a lot, and I mean a lot of money on weapon materials.
Encounterless, man. Sorry, nice. I just had to say that.
No, Encounterless is freaking great. Holy crap.
Just left. Alright, now you can continue. If I say left or something, it's because these enemies are making me mad.
Oh, that's fine. So part of the routing I've been having to do is I've been having to go back over through every piece of the route and look at everything up to the point of where I'm at. And every time I go back into this route, I have to, as I play through, I'll find something that might make it slightly more efficient. The sad thing is, I don't expect to use this route more than once. So this is like overkill for a single run.
Nice. But you gotta do what you gotta do to at least get a run in.
Yeah, well here's the thing. I already said that this is a run. I'm gonna try and have it fully routed by 12 days of NEP. If it's not ready by then, it will be a solo run next HDN. But the angle again is 12 days of net, because I think the routing should be mostly done by then. If there's any loose end points, I'm just gonna have to fill it as I go and just run with it.
Yeah.
Because the biggest pains in the run, and again, it's the same problems we have with the True End run, which is, again, not a surprise. Guess they all spawn from one location, or 3. kill machine, CPU killer, and R4 True Dragon. The CPUs can be a little more painful from what I've been able to test, but not enough of a painful difficulty spike that it's like absolutely broken. Like you can still get through the CPU fights with if smartly if you know how to play the game.
Yeah, I believe that.
So it's like. So it's more of a situation of, can you get past Kill Machine? Can you get past Machine Killer? And can you get past Noir? Can you get past R4-3, True Dragon R4 essentially, without getting that, without getting nuked like that?
Whew.
Oh boy, that was a tough one.
I was scared. I would have lost if she did one more.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, uh-oh, please don't get hit one more time.
You want to play with me? It's my turn.
Yeah, no, I've been doing a lot of background routing for that run, and I'll be honest. I think I'm probably gonna stick to just traditional New Game True End. Once this is done, there is no way this run will ever see the light of day once I'm done with it, because unless someone really absolutely wants to go and play and do it as a fun gag or something, I will send them the notes. But I don't think it's gonna be a thing people are gonna want to do.
If you do get it routed good enough, and then the run actually turns out like pretty decent enough, I can see one person doing it for the memes of it.
Ox.
Yep.
That wouldn't surprise me.
He loves holding all the world records after all, because after you get that run in, there will now be no DLC categories, because you kind of just have to do that.
Yeah, that's right, I forgot, because we don't have a no DLC category for NEP right now. And
Yeah.
the second that's done, it's going to be a matter of now no DLC is an actual thing, and if you want world record for it, you're going to have to do a run to take world record holds.
Yep.
But
And
again,
Ox loves holding all the world record in the games he currently has time in.
I'm still trying to beat Ox's vanilla record, but again, until I get the solid state drive, there ain't no dang way. Like that, my goal this entire year has been get a solid state, try and knock Ox out of his world record on vanilla. But again, that is so unlikely at this point in my life.
Just gotta pray to the RNG gods that Neptune doesn't die.
Don't
But-
die, Neptune. Don't die.
You gotta pray to the RNG gods that all your work will pay off and you can get the time you want.
That's the hope, yeah. I love vanilla enough. I'm willing to put the time into it. I just need the hardware to do it. Once I have the hardware, I think it'll be a lot easier to play off of, which is good. I also eventually got to replace my Elgato, because I'll admit it, as of October, this thing is 7 years old.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's getting to the age, it will die in any given point, and I don't have a backup. Like, this was bought for me by my uncle when I first started streaming in 2013. That's how old this thing is.
Yeah, mine turned 4 this year, and it's been giving me slight problems ever since I got it. So who knows how much time it has left before it kicks the bucket.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just legitimately surprised. This one has lasted 7 years. Like, a lot of people I've seen say, "Oh, mine lasted 3." 3 to 5 is the general lifespan I've seen of these things. In good caretaking, mind you. So, it's one of those like. It's one of those like it's ticking time bomb. It could die tomorrow, and I won't know until I turn it back on.
True that. That is a definitely big fear of mine. That is also an English sentence, I swear.
Yeah, English. We know it. We're good Englishers.
Englando.
Are you good on health? Or do you think you'll be able to do
Don't matter how good on health you are here, sadly. Especially if we get the dot.
Fair enough.
We got fingers crossed, blessed orange, all that stuff for no dot, no bug dot. Come on. Up. Okay, the dot before the dot.
Woo, okay, before the dot.
And the dot! Okay! I got grasses! Let's go!
Yeah!
I'm poisoned! Let's go again! I'm skill sealed with Netgear! And poisoned! Let's go!
My affection points would go.
What else can go wrong?
RNG!
I was on 26 pace, dude!
Alright, I'll go calmly. It's turn. Finally. I won't hold back.
Oh, I thought she healed for a second. She stood straight. You lied to me, game. Okay. Please have single targets. That's the only way I can win with my limited healing is single targets.
Yeah, you just have to hope. If you don't, this is basically game over right here.
Oh no. She's gotta die this turn.
Oh no. Oh no.
Neptune died again! She's gonna be slower than Steam Max again!